So as you can probably guess by now, this was quite a long little chat we had. We had fun with it, and we kept it going for quite a long time. So I tried to find a place where we could cut it and make little manageable and watchable sections so I could post. So without further ado, picking up from where we left off the last one, here's the next one. Here, I got a question for you.
Well, I might have an answer.
What do you think about when, with all the, it's a big thing. It's all the rage now. The collaborations. Here, I'll give you a thing that's going on in my mind. The collaborations are, I mean, it's cool when you get, if you're in that genre of music and you get two people that go, man, let's work together. And they're too, popular and everybody likes them. But when I compare them to a band that's been playing together for 10 years and they walk out on stage and they just play because they've been playing the same songs forever and it's like they can do it in their sleep. Now you got two people coming together for a collaboration and they work on it for what? A couple months. They're in the studio with some engineer saying, try this, try that, do this. But I don't find the tightness of all these collaborations when it comes down to it. My opinion.
I can tell you what I think. Oh, we're loaded.
Go.
All right. A lot like when cover bands used to play with other cover bands, the idea was to cross audiences so you can steal from other people's audiences.
Rob that audience.
You are correct, sir. I believe that's what this is all about. You got two guys who kind of gel. They kind of have the same kind of thing going on. This guy has an audience. That guy has an audience. Hey, if I do something with him, some of his audience will come to me. And then, therefore, I can steal some of that audience. And I can make some more paper, yo. And I can stack it to the ceiling because I worked with this guy. I worked with that guy. And I worked with that guy over there. And so on and so forth. A lot of that is, I believe, at first, the collaboration thing was more or less, hey, I've got an idea. Let's work together and see what happens. Hey, I see what happens. We can make more money. Bam, bam, bam. After the initial collaboration kind of thing went on, it turned into yet another money-making deal where if I work with so-and-so, there'll be a crossover in the audience and maybe I can steal some people. She'll steal or he'll steal some people from me, but I can steal some from them.
But does it turn out good? Do you think? Sometimes? No. Okay.
Probably if it's for probably if it's for a movie, because in that case, there's a third party looking to make money off of it, so they're going to make sure the product is worth their while.
I'm talking about these guys that I don't know anybody's name, but they'll have an album and they'll be this person's on a track, this person's on 2 tracks, there's another guy on another track, there's
all that is just different voices. So you got a variety of voices on a. It's like a compilation album.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something you probably don't know. This actually.
Did I poop my pants? Who pooped my pants?
Who pooped?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Are farts supposed to feel like mashed potatoes?
They don't.
This actually transfers over onto YouTube. Did you know that?
No.
All right, on YouTube, they do these things now. They're called diss tracks. We got a big old YouTuber with a bazillion subscribers, and we have another one with a bazillion subscribers. Now, they're not really enemies. They really don't like, it's kind of like the old professional wrestling where they go in the ring and beat the shit out of each other, and then after the show, they're all together drinking beer and having a good old time. That's what these guys do.
So we know where you got the idea.
Yeah, I'm
bitch.
Whoever. Now I'm gonna make a diss track. Yo, this bitch mama, and he does a diss track about this dude. So then a day later or 2 days later, that dude puts out a diss track about the guy who just made a diss track about him, and he talks about his girlfriend and his car and his YouTube channel and everything. So it's a little diss track, and what happens? Like you said, both people's subscribers watch it. So they both get ginormous views and cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I just saw one about some cat stroller and a potato.
Yeah. Yeah. Collabs.
Collabs. Actually, that was pretty funny. I dig the chipmunk voice thing was killing me.
It's all about the circles, right?
And the shading.
No, shading doesn't count.
Oh,
it's all. It doesn't matter about shading. It's all about circles.
I know. He just drew the finger out there, but I could see the picture move where the guy.
Yep. But just extend the finger a little bit and bring this over.
This is where we find out what it means to be tight as a cat's ass.
That is right. But yeah.
Oh, man.
So collabs, in my opinion, like you said, I think it's just a scheme, a money-making thing, and there's no way an engineer, even a good one, in the booth, pushing levers and turning knobs, is going to make them guys sound like they've been together forever, like a band.
Yeah, it's one thing if you have a musician sit in on your album.
Right.
But just having a multitude of vocalists, BFD, you got a bunch of different sounding people. You know.
Yeah, I think it's a crowd stealing ploy myself.
Do that live once and see how that works.
Oh,
I mean, I'm sure they do it.
I'm sure they do.
And before your comments come in, and I look forward to your comments, before they all come in about, well, this is that and that is this and they've done it and these done. Yeah, I'm sure they've all done it, but nobody does.
Aerosmith and Run DMC.
Nobody does an album full of other
collabs.
Yeah. Nobody does an album full of that and then take all those people on tour. You might find one guy that'll show up and help you do a song from your album or whatnot. But
yeah.
Basically, you've made an album full of stuff that, depending on who's in the area, you can do. You know?
Yeah. All right. As a musician, a creator, should I say, when you sit down and put out an album, say, we'll just say 10 songs, just a nice round number, 10. So you put out 10 songs and you throw that on iTunes or whatever else platform out there, and people go and pick that one song that everybody was pushing. Your agent and the promoters and all that, they're pushing that one song, that one. So everybody goes there and they get that one and leave the others kind of sitting there. They might listen to one other, but they really don't. Unlike back in the day where you heard a song on the radio and you went out and bought the album with that song on it and you took it home and you went, wow, hey, there's a little hidden gem. Or, wow, I like almost all the other songs better than this one, and so on and so on. But now people I don't even think they take the time to look through the catalog. They just get that, oh, this is the popular one, go buy that one. So they go to iTunes or whatever, and they get that one. And I guess maybe, if they start liking them, they might go rummage around and search for other ones. But what do you think? Is it a lot of wasted time and effort putting music out there, that 10 songs and maybe 8 of them are just going to lay there dormant?
Like I was saying before about how like the pop industry hedges their bets with certain people writing and whatnot. If you follow that logic, basically the best you can do is put out all albums are going to be best of albums. You know what I mean? If you put out something and it's written by Dr. Luke or Max Martin, and it becomes popular because that's the way the powers that be have chosen, why wouldn't everything be just that same way, and every album you have would be a best of?
Yeah, because back in the day you had, we need you to make this many albums. You got your first one under your belt.
You can buy them individually off iTunes.
Right.
You can buy songs individually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because back in the day, it was like, you got this, you signed that deal, and you got this, you got your album out. Now, we need 3 more by the end of the year. And you're like writing songs, and you're like, fuck it, we just need 2 more to fill this album, and you just throw some old junk in that you You know, sometimes you get that winner like Beth or something like that, you know. But like I said, for the most part now, it's on iTunes, and whoever's promoting or doing whatever, it's that song. Well, I put 10 songs out there, but everybody bought that one that was promoted, and the rest of my shit's just kind of laying there. So, like you said, I guess you have to put your best out there and not even go, oh shit, I just need a filler, let's throw this one in.
When they used to, remember 8-tracks?
Oh, yeah.
The 8-track would be the way to go for today's music, because you would take your popular song and put it on the end of a track of other songs you want to make popular. So they would have to listen to these other 2 songs before they get to your song.
Yeah.
And that would be a way of increasing sales for your catalog. Nowadays, like I said, with iTunes, you can buy the songs individually.
Yeah, you don't have to buy it. Yep.
The best case scenario would be I put my heart and soul into a debut album. Let's say that would be 15 tunes. 4 of them get attention.
Right.
So the other 11 go by the wayside. Some of them get, purchases here and there. My next effort would be like an EP. I would have 5 songs that I put my heart and soul into, and then 4 live tracks of the popular songs from the last album.
Yeah.
And then the next one would be kind of the same thing. Another 5 songs I put my heart and soul into, and then whatever sold from the last album would have a live version, and then from the first album, remixes, re-edits, whatever they do. And
the dance mix.
Yeah.
The club mix.
Certain songs could live in perpetual.
I guess back in the day, your only alternative from the album was the little 45, and you had the
singles, yeah.
The B-side. You're like, ooh, let's listen to that and see what it sounds like.
That always made me wonder, too. They always put one on the other side because they had the side. How many just left them blank?
Huh.
My dad had a couple, like 78s.
Yeah.
And it was only on the one side. There was a side that was blank. It had a groove that went all the way to the end. Because if you put it on backwards, it went to the next one. That was funny. Other than that, as far as music goes, in general, the whole thing has seemed to be headed towards this anyone can do kind of mentality. They drop D the tuning so that everybody can play with one finger. All the vocals take no extra skill or effort. Everything's just in the normal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very, very few people develop their voice. Very few people develop their skills. You get some who do, and then they pick an outrageous thing like Swedish death metal, where it's something they like and it's a niche, but no one will ever. Few people will hear about them, and
they have their loyal group, but they're not going to get rich doing it.
Yeah, and then they get all snotty with they get all purist with their artistic intention, and I'm not selling out. Why not?
There you go.
What we do here is go back.